Good morning and welcome to our webinar. Good morning. This is Sue Lawton. Deb Weyland, are you there?
I am. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. And it's the last day of February for 2017. We were just
It
saying,
is
we cannot even believe how fast time is going.
so true. Well, I told you I thought we had an extra day in February this year.
Well, no, leap year, I think it's next year. It's an even year. That's all I can
I
remember. And it's a year
know.
that's divided by four. So,
I do know that actually. It's just, we've been so busy and so active and on the go. I'm
yes.
just added an extra day.
Right. Well, today we're going to start with this is a pretty heavy duty week. We've asked people. One lady wrote to me and said, "No, I'm skipping that week. I'm not ready to trust myself." And I went, "Oh, you really should be on with us because we're going to encourage you to trust yourself."
Absolutely.
And so I started with this thoughtful one. I change my life when I change my thinking. I am light. I am spirit. I am a wonderful, capable being. And it's time for me to acknowledge that I create my own reality with my thoughts. If I want to change my reality, then it is time to change my mind. Have you experienced that, Miss Deb?
Yeah, and it is really deep and it's really hard for us to change our thinking. We get stuck in that. Our thoughts are patterns too, so it's difficult to change it. But in order to affect change, we have to change our thinking. So
Right.
very powerful, very nice.
So this is week 17. Now let's talk
Yay!
about intuition. Isn't this a great picture? Debbie found this
Love,
picture. I just love this.
yes.
Your intuition is a muscle. To develop it,
Hmm.
you must listen. And what else do we do with muscles? Practice.
Exercise it.
Exercise it.
Hmm.
And the funny part about intuition is everybody that I have worked with, whether they're extraordinary healers or they're just beginners to trust themselves, they all want to control and manage what areas their intuitions are going to work in. And I always laugh. Yes, just like that. I always go, no, it doesn't quite work like that. I thought I could really develop this great blend that's called Control Your Intuition. I could probably sell a lot, but it would be a lie.
You probably could, but yes.
It
I
would be
was one of those people.
it was a big lie. No, you can't manage it. That's the
I
beauty
know.
of your intuition. It's such a great surface on which life bounces off of you, and you have to trust your inner wisdom. You come here with your inner wisdom. God blesses
Hmm.
you with that spark, and it's already present. Sometimes as kids, we learn to pattern over it or not to trust it. Well, as adults, I'm asking you to trust it. Clary Sage is amazing for helping you become more aware of, oh, I really did feel like that wasn't a good place to go. Why did I talk myself out of that?
Right.
And
Passion helps us too, right?
oh yeah, because passion will help you take that step off the diving board when your mind is still saying, but.
And we're talking like it's 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 an example. You don't physically have to jump off the diving board, people.
No, 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 no. There's no sharks
Just
in the water.
feels like
I checked
yes,
the
that
pool.
big
There's
leap.
there's no sharks. You're fine.
Oh, cool.
And bergamot. These three, when you're really wanting to trust yourself and you understand, at least intellectually, you can't control the area in which your intuition is going to respond.
Hmm.
Kind of think of it as there's an unlimited number of responses, and what's most important for you first is what's going to come up.
Yeah, and so many people experience this and they don't get it, and like a thought will pop in their head like, wow, I should have really done that. Well, that's it. You just didn't listen to yourself in time. But your body's making you aware of the fact that you did know what you were supposed to do.
Right.
So you got to learn from them.
Yep. Now, here's our page for this week. And this is
Dun,
where
dun,
we're
dun.
encouraging you to stay with you. I am engaging my inner wisdom. I'm using bergamot, sandalwood, and peppermint as my blend. I'm applying
Mhm.
it to the back of my neck. I'm applying it to my wrists. I'm inhaling it. And
Mhm.
I'm going to just go on about my day, staying perfectly present.
Right. And it's important when we're doing this, if you look at our affirmations for the week as well, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust what you're feeling. You need to trust in your ability to listen to yourself and be accepting of it and happy to have those thoughts, provided for you.
Right. As human beings, we struggle to be comfortable all of the time. We try to be comfortable with our thoughts. We try to be comfortable with what we wear, where we sit, the temperature in our cars. We struggle for what we think of as normal rhythm or a
Right.
normal state of being. And when your inner wisdom says, hey, 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 the ice cream store is not a good choice. Stop it. Stop going to, okay? We have a bigger voice that goes, I do love ice cream and I love sugar. Nom, 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 nom. So we talk ourselves out of what our inner wisdom is telling us. And I only got to be here in my 70s to finally recognize the big voice that says, you don't need sugar, you don't need white flour, and if you eat it, I'm going to punish you. That's what my body says. So there are
Okay, all your inner wisdom is not necessarily as violent as Sue's, by the way.
no, mine has to talk really loud sometimes. Okay.
I say that myself, actually. It's funny that you say that. I'm like, I know you're trying to get me to listen, but you got to do it louder. You got to knock me in the head with it.
And there's sometimes when I go to get out of the house, I have this whole list of things that are really important, quote unquote, I have to do. And
Hmm.
my sometimes my angels hide my keys because it's not the right time for me to leave.
Right.
Sometimes I go back in the house 3 or 4 times to pick up things I thought I already had. So sometimes your inner wisdom works in subtle ways to
Hmm.
protect you, to keep you safe.
That is so true.
I am
It
happy
really is.
with knowing I have more virtues to share that are showing up now. See, if you focus rather on undiscovered treasures within yourself and you trust that if you're quiet for a few minutes inside, they're going to show up. It's amazing the world that opens up to you of
Hmm.
higher good feelings, higher vibrations, feeling good longer periods of time. It's amazing what steps up.
Right, and we're in a world where we want to control every minute of every day. And in order to really listen to your voice, as it says on Friday, you need to be open to being more vulnerable. You are making yourself more vulnerable, and being vulnerable isn't being weak. It's just allowing you the opportunity to stop and hear and listen.
Yeah, and it's really important that when you get a message, even if you don't feel you can trust it today, you pay attention so that later you go, now I know that feeling. Now I know
Hmm.
that impression. If you drive up to your favorite Chinese place and you go in the door and you go like, not a good day, you may find out later that probably you could go get your Indonesian food and be just as happy.
Hmm.
And for mind shifts to take place, to be truly in present moment, you can't take care of others if you neglect to take care of yourself first. This is one of the many sayings I have around my house. Write things down that will support your being open to your virtues. And post everywhere you can see things. I
Right.
allow others to be wrong quietly. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Actually, years ago when I discovered that, I really enjoy being very quiet and letting the semi experts talk because they learn as they're talking.
Right. That's true.
So you need to write things down like affirmations. Make up your own. I like the one I am peaceful with enlightenment from within. I love trusting my creative connection to the center of goodness because sometimes I don't know what to say or what handout to create. But if I just sit quietly for a few minutes, I recognize that really positive, true, quiet vibration that says, hey, why don't you go and talk about the intestinal tract relative to the brain? There's somebody in this group that really could benefit from understanding that, crappy ideas often happen because you're full of it.
Literally.
And who doesn't love ET? Okay.
I know.
And John Williams, as far as I'm concerned, is an extraordinary gift to the music world. He just got in touch with such amazing feelings that we all have in common, and he was able
Hmm.
to express them through music. Music is such an amazing healer of mind, body, and spirit. Please turn on your music. Find a way to listen to music that's good for you. It will cancel out that circle of self criticism. It will help
Hmm.
you write over it from saying, boy, that was stupid, to, gee, I could remember next time that this knife is really sharp and not tested on my thumb. Okay? It's
And it just
important.
music always puts you in a happy mood. It just gets your foot moving, it gets your arms moving, and eventually your whole body's beating, and it just changes your whole attitude. So it's so, so important.
Right. And we keep, with the musical suggestions, we keep moving the vibrations up,
Hmm.
up. We're going for the fullness of heart involvement, for positive energy, positive endorphins, because it's just such a treat for all of your organ systems.
Hmm.
Let's talk about the oils in our blend for this week. Our friend
Right.
Donna said she just loves this one.
Hmm. Yep.
Bergamot.
And remember, we make that blend the beginning of the week and we use it all week and it really works out great.
Oh, it's great.
I love bergamot. What about you, Dr. Sue?
Oh, it's one of my favorite go tos when people have had a brain injury. Like they've thought negative thoughts for hundreds of years in their life, and they don't
Hmm.
even realize everything that comes out of their mouth is negative criticism. So you help them with new verbiage, you help them write over their negative practices.
Hmm.
And bergamot is one of those gentle, think of it as an eraser. The harsh criticism becomes less and less intense.
Oh,
It's
I like that.
soothing to the spirit because it works with your whole body.
Hmm.
People are putting bergamot in their water, and that was something we hadn't talked about when it first came out because it's very amazing in its work. People make bergamot tea. It's a true delight in France. Bergamot is grown, it's wild, it's great, and the tea is so comforting. Bergamot is excellent for muscles, sore muscles, muscles that are reacting to trauma. It's
Hmm.
excellent for contributing to the balance of your 127 hormones.
That's a big job.
Yes, sandalwood.
Hmm. Helps our brain too.
Yes. Don't you love sandalwood?
Love sandalwood. I love the earthiness of it. I just love for me, it's a very grounding smell. It makes me just feel like I'm here. This is it. I'm here on earth. I'm planted somewhere. I guess that's the feeling I get. And it
Yes,
also helps the
in
brain.
harmony. Sandalwood, I think, summons harmony. I think of
Hmm.
sandalwood as the concert violin, the leader of the orchestra.
Oh,
It's
that's nice.
quiet, it's deep, but it's thorough. It's
Hmm.
just an amazing gift to your whole body. And of course, we know it's excellent for skin expressions. If you have little brown spots, little red spots, little things that pop up on your skin, sandalwood is in the immortelle, and it's an amazing clearer upper of skin expressions.
Right,
And
right. All
peppermint,
those. Love peppermint.
yes, wakes you up, speeds you up, picks you up, gives you
It does.
clarity in your mind and your body. And the reason I have a
Yeah.
question mark here is people always say, what do you mean by oil is good architecturally? Architecture, when I speak in terms of oils will work architecturally, think of them as tools. The oils on their own are like deep cleaners, surface remediers. They perform a function that can be thought of as tool on tool.
Hmm.
Really want healing to take place, if you want something new, rewire yourself or have happier feelings more consistent,
Hmm.
your spirit needs to be directly involved. So if somebody has a wound, I can pour oils, I can change their diet. That's architecture also. We can give them all the suggestions in the world, but if in their head they say, well, I expect to die in 6 months, or I expect to be miserable, or nobody loves me, everybody hates me. If that's the tune you're playing in your head, the
Hmm.
oils architecturally are going to be able to make a marginal improvement in your state.
Right.
But for real regeneration, for real cellular manifestation of goodness, your heart and your mind have to be committed. So again, we're asking, please tell the oils what it is you want done. And peppermint will deliver all of that.
Hmm. When you're using it for delivery, are we putting it on together or are we putting it on after to get it into us? Like, so
Well,
say we want to put bergamot on first and sandalwood, if we're not going to make a blend, then do we follow with peppermint after? Is that the order?
yes, you can do
Peppermint
that,
at the end?
or you just make a blend, 1 to 1 to 1.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And when you make the blend, think of it as it becomes a Panzer Division tank. The peppermint gathers the elements of sandalwood and bergamot to zoom through your system to bring clarity, to bring more oxygen, to help the inner workings of your body be clear to do amazing changes that you're committed to.
It's the superhero of the oils.
That's it. That's it. Okay, I stole this from my friend Wendy, who is in Costa Rica. She had an amazing healing center and she's in the process of selling it. And she and her family are, I'm not quite sure if they're going to go live in the rainforest or what they're going to do. She's an amazingly gifted healer. And she posted this on her website. I don't know where she got this, but I love it because if people could free themselves up from the jail of harsh judgment, there would be
Hmm.
so much more peace everywhere.
Hmm.
I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway?
Very cute.
Sometimes he was a rental cop that decided to stay permanently on your security force.
Hmm.
Sometimes it was something programmed from childhood. Oh, you have to judge others, others might judge you. Okay.
Right.
Giving other people authority about telling you how to be or how to use your gifts. And they're your gifts, they're your talents. If you have extraordinary talent, please do not let others tell you when it's time to dance it out because That would be ignoring your inner voice.
Right.
If something's a good idea, follow it. It's your idea. If it's not, maybe you have to be absent. I
And
trust
trust
the
the intelligence
intelligence
within you.
within me. Some people
Yay.
say I have a stupid gut or I have poor intuition. And I go, no, you have great intelligence. You have great wisdom. You just need to acknowledge it. And you acknowledge it through trusting it.
So true. It really is. And developing that trust is one of the hardest things. That to trust your gut, expression. And it's so hard for people to do that.
Right. People want a guarantee. Guess what?
Right.
There's no guarantees in this world.
Unfortunately, no.
But I do guarantee that if you keep doing new things, you will learn about your wisdom. You try new groups, you do new volunteer work, you allow yourself to read new kinds of books. You will be amazed at how really clever you are. You will be
Hmm.
amazed at how good you feel about your personal time.
That's right. And the more you do it and the more you listen, the more confident you're going to become in listening to it in a timely manner.
Okay, and talk about kids. We love kids. Kids learn
Yeah.
so fast. My husband and I
They're
adopt
just
little
great.
grandchildren of young
Yeah, I
couples.
love to see when something clicks with them. I just love to see the expression on their face. And kids love to learn, and that's one of the things that our bergamot and sandalwood are really helpful for this week. They really support learning many things. They help our brain, and so this part of the blend is perfect for the kids as well. And their little olive oil statement is, "I love to learn," and you know what? For the most part, they do, and they're so open to new experiences, and they're like a magnet for facts and fun.
They really are. And that's why John and I, my husband and I, treasure other people's little kids and grandkids because
Yep.
when you focus on them, and it does take a village, they give you such beautiful perspective, such innocence, and they
Hmm.
remind you of Mother Nature and they remind you of how fun it is to go to the zoo and to go to botanical gardens because they see things for the first time. And when they make comments or they respond with their genuine beauty, you just go like, "Wow, that was so cool."
Yeah, and we love to see them, how creative they are. Even when we're doing our Easter egg dyeing, right? It's so
Yeah.
much fun to watch the kids.
Yes. And then, of course, at my house, we have the fight between the prettiest egg and the ugliest egg contest. And why is it the boys always go for the ugliest egg and the girls go for the prettiest one? Do you understand
It, it's part of our gene pool, I think.
that?
You know? I mean, even if you go shopping, the girl stuff is all pretty princess and pink, and the boys are the trucks and the dirt and the football and
Yes.
the down and dirty stuff.
Yes, it is. Okay.
When we create harmony within our minds and our hearts, we will find it in our lives. The inner creates the outer always. And it's so true. We have to have our hearts and minds have to be harmonious. They can't be fighting each other. And when they come together, we're at peace through it and out. It's just an amazing experience.
Yes. And the truth of the matter is that that's why Deb and I created the blends, the affirmations, and the music together. We like to
Hmm.
give people a jumping off place for them to enjoy themselves. We
Hmm.
don't pretend to know what's best for you. We're still figuring out what's best for us. So
It's true.
we really want you to trust yourself, play with music, play with the oils, but pay
Hmm.
perfect present attention. Because when you're in present moment and you're totally just real quiet, you're not worried about the dentist appointment, you're not worried about some, fake news that was on yesterday. You don't care. You're working on your peace and harmony. The more you can say, I am peaceful, I am calm, I love the harmony of Mother Nature blooming. I love the expression of the new buds on all the plants. We have so many birds that have returned this spring. It's amazing.
It
Early in
is.
the they start at 4:30 by my house, and the cacophony of singing is unbelievable. But it's because we love Mother Nature.
Hmm.
So you figure out how to be perfectly present and express gratitude, and that's where you get more and more harmony and peace and calm.
Hmm.
And then when you
Yeah.
discover you have friends or contacts or business associates that are not choosing that route, you have meetings without them. Oh, that snuck out. Sorry. The, the more you rely on your inner wisdom, the more reliable it becomes.
It's true. Yep. The more that you trust yourself, the more that you do the things that make you happy, the more that you lead with your heart and let your mind follow up with you. I know, like, I love to dance, and yet in a large group you kind of stand in the corner thinking, oh, I'm going to look like a fool, because your mind tells you that. But when you get them both together and say, just go and have fun, and that happened when we went dancing with Tamara, remember?
Yeah, actually,
um,
I'm going to put that link up on my Facebook page because Tamara Gerlach created this thing called Aroma Dance, and she is so gifted. She has such a natural rhythm and flow, and she's very athletic, but she
yeah.
combines it with balancing your chakras with oils and
Hmm.
making clear statements of intent while you're dancing. It's really fun. Even I did it. And really just love the music, love the mood. The whole room becomes just amazing oils. And she has
Hmm.
such great people she has trained in this. And everyone is kind and loving. And it doesn't matter if you're a good dancer, just go. What night is it? Is it Wednesday night or Tuesday night? It's one of the nights of convention week.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that experience really allowed me to learn to listen to my heart and what I found joy doing. And that's what we all need to do day to day. Just rely on our inner wisdom, on our thoughts, and don't worry what other people are going to think about. We're so concerned with everybody's criticism of us. Just enjoy it.
Oh yeah, and Tamara has a gift for creating that atmosphere where anybody can enjoy. And it was such
She,
everybody kept talking about, "Oh, I'm so distressed now. I can handle all the information I'm going to hear at convention." It's she's just a
hmm.
major gift.
Yep,
But we'll post that for you. Check on our different Facebook pages and you will find it.
sure.
And psychologists say, once you learn how to be happy, you won't tolerate being around people who make you feel anything less. So just understand that if sometimes you're with friends and they say the wrong thing or they harp on things that make you uncomfortable, maybe you need to schedule less time. I call it public time. I move people from coming to my house to, oh, let's just get together for coffee. Oh, let's just get together for dinner. Because having them at our house in a negative space when they don't know when it's time to go home is very hard on me. So I choose
Mhm.
to just go, let's just go meet for dinner. I don't want to reject them. I just don't want to spend as much time with them.
Right.
So, Deb, do you want to meet for dinner?
I knew that was coming, by the way. Thanks, Sue.
No problem, Deb. Sorry, guys, we're being bad. Okay, just want to remind you Facebook does not keep things you ask for in your news feed like it used to. We have lots of stuff going on and we have lots of pages. So please write to us, and our Gmail address is
HappyCow359 at gmail.com.
that was Happy Cal, CAL
Mm-hmm.
359 at gmail.com. And fortunately, Miss Deb takes care of that. And she responds very well to people who write to her. Because I'm sorry, my inbox, I probably get 300 or 400 messages a day in my inbox. And I just don't know how to sort things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of just pushing the general delete button.
Oh no, don't do
Sorry.
that.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure to talk to you, and we're glad that you're with us here so early in the morning. And we hope that we gave you some good ideas on how to trust your inner wisdom. Listen to yourself.
Yes, please do. It's you, it's your gifts, it's your talents. You get to do what you want. And thank you for joining us. We love you all. We accept you all exactly where you are. And we will have more webinars soon. Thank you. Thank you,
All right, bye,
Deb.
everyone.